Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SPL Power Rankings. I need to turn my music down a bit. You won't be able to hear it on YouTube. But hello, YouTube. We're doing Power Rankings today on the stream. It is Friday. It's just barely Friday, 8 minutes to midnight. It's Friday, the 12th of May. We've just watched the Friday SPL. Was a 2-0 for the Ferrymen over the Leviathans and a 2-1 for the Ravens over the Gladiators today. So you can tell, you'll know where my recency bias is coming from. Alrighty. You know what I haven't set up? Spin the wheel. Oh, here it is. Set this shit up. What the hell? What was I doing then? Oh, fuck, I'm missing a roll. That work? There we go. All right, let's see who we're going to start with. We're starting with ADC. Okay, let's have a think. Man, ADC is fucking hard. What the hell? They're all playing decent. I think I'm going to go Stu at 8. I think Stu is definitely 8. Everybody else has been a little bit better. Zap's had his bad moments. And I don't know if anybody else has had their bad moments. So Zap might just be number 7. Even though I think he's played okay. I think he has been okay, but I think he goes 7. Now, who are we looking at next? I think Vote, probably. Pretty uninspiring so far this season. So I think he goes in at number 6. I do feel like maybe ADC just doesn't get to look so bad this patch, but none of these people have looked that bad. I'm not calling for any of their heads. Next up, Spinner had a really good day today, but I do feel like he actually started the phase really quite badly. Wasn't playing well. Did get solo. Does he even go below Vote? Let's think back. Spinner got absolutely destroyed by Coast. Yeah, I think maybe we go. I think maybe I'm avoiding. Maybe I'm anti-recency biasing myself too much. But I think Cyclone started the phase really badly. But he was really good the last couple weeks. Yeah. I'm going back on my word. Oh, God. I'm going back on my word again? I'm going back this way. We're recency biasing it up. Doubling it up. And then I think you go Barreled. Started really well. Has been solid even when his team's been losing. Hasn't been particularly inspiring, but hasn't really had bad days either. Definitely there. And then we're left with Hardcore, Netrioid, and Coast. Which is interesting. You got 3 guys who have all been pretty consistent. All done individual plays. This is difficult. I think I'm going to go Coast above Yark. I'm doing it. I think Yark is. I think all 3 of these guys, you could put them in whatever order you want. But that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go Netroid number 1. I think he's been really, really consistent, really, really solid, doing his thing, picking his 1 or 2 gods every game, cooking it up. I think Coast could have gone to number 1. I also think Yark could have gone to number 1. It really depends. But this is how I'm feeling at the moment. I feel like the Warriors duo lane have been really, really fucking good. So. Number 1, Netroid. How do you feel, chat? Are we mad? Or are we not too mad? I feel like these top 3 you can move around. Barra, Cyclone Vote, you could probably move around. Zapster, I think, is pretty definitive. Coast over Yark? I think Coast's been incredible, especially considering the ping situation. I think how well he has played, his relics, his individual lane play has just been nuts. Like I came in as kind of I think Coast had a pretty shit end of year last year and qualification tournament this year on the Hounds. I think he kind of got carried through the qualification tournament by the rest of his team. But then he came into SPL and he's been really, really impressive. Really impressive. Come on, come on, come on. Bad Worlds, yes, agree. Okay, ADC's done. Let's go. Best part of the thing. You're 4 levels up? Yeah. Beat 10 levels up. Support. All right. Support time, chat. Here we go. Another difficult one. I do feel like maybe dual lane is just easy. Is dual lane easy? All right. Let's talk about who's had struggles. The players who have had struggles in support this season, in my opinion, Aurora had struggles towards the start. Has kind of come out of it since then, but he did play Apwash and go, what, 09 or so? He died a lot. Wrong You has had a tough time. And PBM's had a tough time. Heroine's had a couple off games. Inbound's had a couple off games. I don't know. Maybe we start from the top down on this one. I think... fuck's sake. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. I think we go Jake Genetics top 2. And let's think about the rest. Am I putting any of the other supports here above Quig? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm putting any of the other supports here above Quig. Hurry? Yeah. Aurora has looked really good since he turned it around, but he did also start awful. He started so bad. So if we're giving heavy recency bias, Aurora would jump up. But as it is, rest of the season, Hurry had some great emoji games, has fallen off it. But yeah, you know what? I can't both anti-recency bias Aurora and then like not anti-recency bias Hurry, I guess, right? So let's go that and then that. Is that reasonable? I think that's okay. Then we've got PBM, Inbound, and Wrong You left. Can I put all 3 of these guys 8th? I think Inbound has been really good on the Terra, especially the some of the games they've won, but he's also had probably more stinkers than the other 2. It is just, is it easier to put him last? Yeah, and I'm still going to do it. I mean, each of them's had great games, right? But Inbound's probably had more bad games. And then I think I'm going to go Mike. Wrong you. That's my go. Ronnie's a lot better, but playing his picks. I don't think Ronnie's been very good on some of the picks he's played. Like, for example, when he's grabbed the Nox, I've been pretty unimpressed. Quig is a guy who I've been... These two, Quig and Coast, it is crazy how good they've been considering the ping circumstance compared to other players. I feel like they've been really, really, really impressive. Big fan. Quig is not good. I think he's good. I think he's playing well. Really, really solid. Cool. Support done. All right, let's go. We might speedrun this. This might be the fastest power rankings ever just because it's already midnight. I've been live for 6 hours. Solo. Alrighty. Solo it is. All right, where do we start with solo? Do we start at the top or the bottom? Fuck, man. I think I've just realized who I'm putting number 8. Oh, am I? Oh, dear. Okay, so bottom 3 are Ducky, Scary, and Fino. Please just leave the comments out of here. I think Fine is 8th. Is Fine 8th? I think he is, right? He's been so uninspiring. Played some weird picks. Haven't really worked out. Not done much on the good picks. Like maybe it's recency bias from his recent Horus performances especially, but I feel like he's been super quiet. Red God, did you see how they beat the Kings? The game 3 they won was fair. The game 2 they won, they didn't win that. The Kings gave them it on a fucking silver platter. What song is this? You can get the song with song. There you go. Let's see. Ducky and Scary. I'm going Scary, then Ducky, then I think it's Nika. Okay, let's think about the rest. I think this is pretty definitive. Nika's the one. I almost feel like Nika's too high at 5. But the Cthulhu stuff he's done has been pretty good, I guess. 5 seems a little high. But I'm not sure I would put any of these guys above him, so. Why is Nika lowercase? Because that's how he spells his name, isn't it? I guess we can go with that. I'm not sure. I put it that way because I think it's how he spells his name in game, but I try and spell players' names the way they spell it. That's why Fine OK is all lowercase. All right. Next, solo laners. Baskin, Variety, Haddix, and Salt. Variety's had some pretty bad individual score lines. The rest of these guys definitely don't die as much as Variety, right? But do they bring as much value? I would say they probably do, honestly. So I think so far this season, Variety drops in at number 4. I'm going to go Haddix 3. Baskin 2, and SOT number 1. Maybe this is recency bias on Baskin's recent games, but I feel like he's been really, really solid. I've really liked watching Baskin this season. Yeah. Variety higher? I think Variety's had a poor start to the season. Listen, when you say Variety higher, are you basing that off of the Kings games this year? Or are you basing that off of the fact that Variety is a really good player and won Worlds? Is my question for you. Because I do not think Variety's been particularly good this year. He gets targeted every game and still slams? What do you mean he gets targeted every game? Fans don't go towards him. Saul had a few stinky games. Yeah, he's troll picking, but he's also had crazy games troll picking and still carried. The Mulan game was shite. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then he fed in the game 3 of that set as well, right? He fed on the Mulan in game 2 against the Gladiators. And then he fed on Herc in game 3, no? I think Baskin's been as all pretty much as consistent with as Haddix and had higher peaks, is my opinion. I think Haddix is a very solid player, though. Bit of a KDA player. That's why I picked him for my fantasy team. Never dies. My goat. Pick Bog and Feed, probably. Yeah, I don't really remember that. All right, next roll. We've done it. What's it going to be? All right, mid it is. So people are upset about the solo one. I'm glad I got in your heads at least once. Okay. Where is this cunt? Get in number 8. God, I've been waiting so long to do that. Get him in there. Leave me to go and play in the SPL, will you, huh? Prick. But Snoopy's been actually improved. He's improved a lot. He was so bad for the first 2-3 weeks of play, but really stepped it up, found his form. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do once he gets onto good ping. Other 7, really all not that bad. Everybody's had pretty good games out of these guys, which means Shinto drops into 7th. A lot of that's based off of ping diff not being especially impressive because of that. Next up, probably I'm doing a quick check. Yeah, Benny, I think. Benny and Dardaz, I think. Between these two. I think I go Benny, Dardaz. Both been pretty solid, I would say, but not especially inspiring. Who have we got left? We've got Ven, Big Man, Paul, and Pegon. Okay, so we know it's Ven and Paul next 2, right? I think that Pegon and Big Man go top 2. Paul stepped it up a lot in the last, since the Ferrymen have started doing better. So maybe Paul was solid first few weeks as well. But I just don't. It was harder to see if he was. I wouldn't say anything today is super worth going back and watch, Fab. It was good sets, but like nothing super inspiring. I'm thinking. I think I'm going Big Man Peg on top 2, by the way. And I think I'm going in. You know, I'm just going to do it. I'm going Big Man number 1, Peg on number 2. And then I think I'm going. They've both been great. But I think I'm going Paul into Ven. This is harsh on Van being fourth, because I feel like a fourth in mid here is like better than a second in other roles. But yeah. Why do I have BMT over Pagon? Even in the shitty games the Kings have lost, Big Man's been so solid. He's playing everything so well. He's not died more than one time, I think in 10 games or something nuts like that. I think there's some crazy stat like that. Yeah, I really liked Paul. I know that Paul was dealing with Paul's dealing with a fucking Surtur jungle. You know? Van's got Scream out there, deep throwing him, feeding him pina coladas under the desk. Paul's running around with a fucking Surtur jungle. Sino's like, don't worry, guys. My vital amplifier's nearly online. Van's fully reclined. What's he supposed to do? Yeah, Scream does troll a little bit also. Anyway, that's it. I think the big argument here is going to be Van vs Paul and Pagon vs Big Man. That's where I'm at. I do feel like mid is one of the better roles, though. Snoopy had a bad start, but everybody else, Shinto had ping, obviously. Top 6 in mid have been super, super solid. I think mid is maybe just a fun role, so we have better players, and I don't know. Normally it's solo that's super stacked, but this season doesn't feel like that way. Mid stack, although it can depend on like how easy it is to look okay in a role. All right, let's see what we're gonna get next. All right, jungle it is. All right, let's just put the king, and by the king I don't mean adapting. Let's put the king where he fucking belongs, first of all. And then we look at the rest. Yeah, Sino probably 8. He's stepping it up a little bit since he stopped playing shit characters. He has looked pretty good since he's been playing Kleena and things like that. But does it make up for him single-handedly losing his team like 2 weeks worth of games? Probably not. And also he didn't single-handedly losing them. Cyclone and Arroy were also stinking it up when he was playing bad. But yeah. Yeah, you know what? Laspra's, is he 7th? I think so. I think so. Here's one thing that I'm gonna say to you. Kirmi was trying so hard to carry his team in the games they were losing, right? When the Glads were losing, Kirmi was playing so good. And then they like won a set, and Kirmi's flipped the switch, and he's like, I'm dog shit. I don't know what I'm doing. What do you mean Lass is top 3? You see his Susano? He keeps picking it. Can't even play the god. Oh yeah, actually, hang on. Is Scream below the... Let me do this. No, hang on. Adapting before below Lass? Did you only watch Adapting's Vamana games week 1? Is that literally it? Guy's been on smoke. He's been killing everybody. Adapting had like 2 bad games total. Okay, chat's going fucking crazy. This is the wildest you've been. Am I committing to the bit? Yeah, I'm committing. You know what? The Dragons fucking stink. They're a 6th place team. How could they be above a 6th place average? Which they would be if I put Last Brandy higher. That's one thing you've got to consider. Okay. Kirmdog and Oath, I think, are the... Kirmdog, Oath, and Scream, right? Let's think about these through. Kieran Dog, when his team was all losing and shitting it up, he was playing so good. And then as soon as his team started playing the game, Kieran Dog's like, all right, get me rats. And he jumped in the int seat and started fucking stinking. Scream, yeah, definitely questionable god pool. Yeah, I think that is a fair point. Oath, I think, goes into number 4. And then we decide where we're putting Kieran Dog and Scream. Kieran 6th, I think. Scream 5th. I've been really happy with the way Twigs played this year so far. I've been happy with both these guys. I think Adapting's doing... I think... if you look at Adapting's week 1, week 2... when I think it was week 1, his first 2 sets, he was pretty bad. He was drafting just characters that didn't suit him, and he played pretty bad. And I think because of that, he sits 3rd and Twigs sits 2nd. I think Twigs had the one troll set against the Glads. But other than that, he's been really, really solid. Twigs been sipping. Purely the game's the split, yeah. Okay. Shall I do the math and figure out where we're at? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 points for the Oni homies. Kings will probably be number 2. That's going to be 4, 6, 7, 9, 12. They're half as good. Adapting over Oath is crazy, you think? I think Adapting's done the same things as Oath, but better. Like, Adapting comes out of the early mid-game with more kills than Oath does most of the time. You know what I mean? Oath wins? What do the standings look like? I actually have to look. Yeah, they do have a much better win rate. That's true. You're not wrong. But I've committed now. Who's number 3? Fuck, who is number 3? The Ravens, the Furrymen? 3, 8, 12, 15, 19? Holy shit. That can't be right, can it? We'll see. Who was the other one I thought would be down? Sino's 8. That's the problem. They're 10, 13, 23? No way that's next, right? I don't know. Hounds are 22? I believe you. I'll do the maths anyway. 610, 610, 2. Yeah, 22. That's how we do it. That's how we hot swap. Cool. Probably the Dragoons. Is it? Yeah. It's going to be 5, 10, 24, 30. Glads are 8, 16, 24, 31, 37. And the team I'm missing is, of course, the Levi's, which is 8, 11, 18, 24, 31? I think BMT, I think these two could be swapped pretty easily. These two could be swapped pretty easily. I think these three could be swapped around. Panatom's pretty clearly number one jungle. Solo's weird because Salt plays such weird stuff, but he makes it work. It's hard to tell whether that's just because his team and he are better than others or what. But for now, he gets it. I'll try and move the chat for a bit so you can see the final rankings. What do you think? How do we feel overall? How much does this fill you with rage in comparison to the average? Peaking, you're the only person. Peaking and Panatom, the two P's, they stay mad.